when I came to Miami, I was already someone. I was already a human being. I was already a creator because I already had a wife who made me a human being from the instant that I met her. I was married for 53 years. I met my wife Marvis about a year after I graduated UCLA. And she had just graduated. She was a Californian, born on a farm up in Santa Rosa, California. We had that in common. She, like I said, she made me a human being, for sure. And I at the same time knew my accomplishment educationally. I knew that the company that hired me, I met Marvis 2 years after I graduated. The company I have a degree in industrial engineering. Okay? So when the Jewish agency, who was still monitoring me, even very shortly after I graduated, they said to me, "Here, go ahead and apply. Go to these two companies. We made arrangements for you to be interviewed." So the very first one I go into, two men come out to greet me. I speak to them. I tell them, I spend maybe 45 minutes with them. And they ask good questions. They were friendly, cordial. And they said, "Well, we want you to meet our boss, the chairman of this company." And sure enough, they walked me in to his office. He introduces himself to me. He says, very British man. He says, "My name is Gerald Woodman." He says, "I'm the chief of this establishment." And he talks to me and he's beyond words. And he says, the two gentlemen you met, they like you. And he says to me, and I think, and I believe them. And he says to me, "I'd like for you to be in marketing." I said, "Mr. Woodman, my 4 years, almost 3.5 years in college," I said, "I have a degree in engineering." And he says, "Well, I'd like for you to be in marketing also." And that's what he did. And he was an English Jewish man. There was a family in Manchester, England, a very wealthy man that had 6 kids. And he bought them in America. He brought them to America and set them up in business. Each one of them in a separate, different business. So he had the Yiddish and the Shema. And to him, I was a sort of a marvel, he said. And every time I tried to get myself, like I was pushing myself into the so-called creative world of my profession. He says, that won't escape you, David. And I remember it to my very last expression or word. Don't worry about it. That won't leave you. Your knowledge will stay with you. And he says, let me let you become good in what I have suggested.